After about a 2-month video hiatus, I'm finally posting my flight video from back in August. So with the pandemic going on and all the jobs here in Las Vegas and everywhere else for that matter, being in limbo, we had the opportunity to go back to my hometown of Albuquerque for a month to help my sister out with some family stuff. During this time, I was able to get in touch with a local flight school named Del Sol Aviation and get a flight so that I didn't get rusty before I returned to Las Vegas. It's kind of funny how I found an instructor actually. Me and my girlfriend were sitting at a brewery discussing our plans, and I mentioned that I wanted to take a flight to stay proficient and to see my hometown from the air. Right at that moment, I heard the guys 2 tables down from us talking about discovery flights, and that's how I met Bryant. I hit him up the next week and decided that we would do my first cross-country flight out there, so I could see my hometown from the air, as well as not making it just a leisure flight, but one that could further my flight training. We decided on an early morning flight from Albuquerque to a small airstrip in Socorro, New Mexico, about 65 miles to the south. This was great because it takes a scenic route right over the Rio Grande River. I'm going to give you a warning. This video is fairly long and technical because it details our process for navigating to Socorro and some of the other VOR stuff that I learned along the way.
Trying to come back to the airport. Sounds good enough. And then, yep, the last thing just being that securing the engine in the process. Cut off, idle, off. Doors, windows closed, clear required, transponders set. Cool. Alright, now we contact. Weird part.
I can't really tell you how excited I was to fly in my hometown. It's completely different from flying here in Vegas. For one, KABQ is at 5,300 feet and is bordered by the Sandia and Manzano Mountains to the east. And to the west is just a vast, flat desert. And the entire state, including the city of Albuquerque, is split in 2 by the Rio Grande River. Second, KABQ is a Class C airport, so I got to learn some of the new procedures for contacting clearance, departure, and arrival. For 3, on takeoff, we actually got to see and hear some of New Mexico's famous hot air balloons, which is always an awesome experience.
Initial heading. What is it for a flight plan?
If you've been following my videos, this is actually my second attempt at flying in Albuquerque. My first attempt just a few days prior to this one led to my first in-flight emergency because the alternator went out in the airplane, resulting in a full electrical system failure. And I'll post a link to that video in the description below.
Requesting VFR flight following to Socorro. Yep, initial heading 190, altitude 10,500. Awesome. Good. Albuquerque clearance, this is Skyhawk 73938, good morning.
Attention, Echo Formation Tango's current. Altimeter 3021.
3021. Bam.
Skyhawk 73938, clearance, good morning.
Albuquerque clearance, we're requesting VFR flight following to Socorro with initial heading 190.
Skyhawk 938, Roger, say requested altitude in route.
The requested altitude, that's the only thing you forgot. 10,500. Okay. Altitude would be 10,500, 73938.
The Skyhawk 73938, departure frequency 123.9 squawk 4216.
Is it 123.9? 123.9 or 0?
If you notice, this run-up is taking a little bit longer than normal. This is because there was a lot of new information and a lot of new procedures for me to put into place. I've always been a bit shaky on the comms, and this time is no different, especially because now I was at a much busier airport with various layers of clearance that I'm not used to flying out of in a Class D airport. So I'm double checking with Brian every step of the way to make sure I'm doing everything safely and correctly. And I still managed to mess up a couple of things in the process, but it's nice to have this learning experience.
Now we'll grab our taxi. Cool. Now we just contact them. Taxi them. So same thing, now just say Albuquerque ground, Cessna 73938, at Cutter, information, Tango, ready to taxi. Albuquerque ground, 73938 at Cutter with information, Tango, ready to taxi.
Skyhawk 938, Albuquerque ground, runway 8, taxi via Echo 1.
Good. Albuquerque Tower, 73938, holding short of 8 on Echo 1.
Skyhawk 73938 Albuquerque Tower, roger. Runway 8 clear for takeoff, and at departure enter right heading 170.
From here, I'm just going to leave the talking to the video. As I said, it's a fairly long and technical video, and there's some good information about cross-country flying and some good sights along the way. I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope you're able to take something away from it. If you really do enjoy it, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. And until next time, let's make some air.
Alright. Engine instruments look good.
Green, green, green.
Awesome.
Airspeed's live.
Beautiful.
40. 50. 55. 60. Rotate.
Tower, hot air balloon 236, Romeo.
Hot air balloon 236, Romeo, Albuquerque Tower, good morning. Winds are 070 at 3 at the field, altimeter 3021.
Copy. Current elevation 11,000 feet. Should stay north of I-40, but just wanted to let you guys know I was here.
Thank you, sir.
That's funny. Before this, I had no idea that the balloons had.
Yeah, me neither. Honestly, I've never heard them. I've been here for 2.5 months now, and I've never heard one balloon until right now.
Albuquerque departure, Skyhawk 7393, with you, 7,500, climbing through 10,500.
Skyhawk 7393, Albuquerque departure, radar contact, climb on course.
We have to confirm?
No. That's it. So another thing, dude, we can tune it into VOR. So this is our Albuquerque VOR frequency. So our steps, put in our frequency here. Next you press the volume button here, so press it in. You see an ID come up.
Okay.
NAV1. So you hear that Morse code.
Yeah.
Now it's very staticky though. This plane isn't really have the best VOR receivers. It's inoperative too. So our VOR 1 is inoperative. So we hear that static, it's not going to be reliable. So now I'm going to come down here to my navigation 2, 132.0. At the same time, hold ident it. That's it.
Northbound.
So it kind of sucks, dude, these planes, but whatever. We faintly heard it, so we could technically still rely on it. We got that frequency. Right here, we're finding what radio we're going to be on. So I know my Albuquerque VOR is over there to the east, so we're a little southeast from it. So as I move this guy around, you see how the needle comes in now?
Yep.
So we're directly on it. So we are on radial, pretty much 118. Yeah, exactly. So 1101 essentially. So, and then as we move south, right, we're moving farther away. So that radial is slowly going to deflect. A full deflection is going to be 10 degrees. And as we just move south, because now that, so we're technically, since we know where our VOR is at, right? We know that radial is coming from this way, coming from the east. So we are naturally just going to go below it. As we can change into it. Now we're on the 118, essentially, almost to a 112. So I'm going to just go ahead and set it to 112. And then as that line comes in and we intercept it, now we know on our VFR sectional here in relations to this VOR where we're at. And pretty much right here on radio 112, accurate. That's how you're using that to find your, essentially your heading and where you are, find your situational awareness in the sky. Because, I mean, essentially, you know, not using the GPS here.
200.
Maintain 200, United 246.
Way off heading. Funny how much you drift if you're not paying 100% attention.
Yep, situational awareness, exactly. So cool. And then, so say if we didn't have a DME, we don't know how far we are from the VOR. We don't know right now. So we can tune in. What's my Socorro VOR?
So Socorro VOR 116.8.
116.8. Cool. And
So we're not quite at the waypoint, right?
yep. So have you identified it yet? So you'd be looking out here for it. We understand it's this little airport. It's a little runway strip, probably directly down underneath us.
Yeah.
So that's when I pick off my points. I sometimes put my points onto the left of the airplane when I was being a student, so I can look out and see it. Yep, exactly.
So yeah, it's probably right underneath us right now.
Yeah, approaching
Gonna be
there.
flying around
So
9,500
we'll use him for the time being.
Flight following.
Roger, say destination airport, and what's the ID for a Warrior?
All right, so call it when you think we're right over it.
Uniform, and I'll be heading for Wichita Falls.
STS.
All right, so we're pretty much there.
Yeah, we're pretty much on
my
it.
time.
What's that?
12:30.
or something?
So our estimated was 12. So realistically, our time here was 12:30. All right, now turn to your next heading. Your next heading, we computed
201.
Yep, so 201.
November 2546 uniform, squawk 0774, Albuquerque altimeter 3022.
So in theory, you could fly the heading indicator now that we've already set it correctly,
Yep,
right?
just keep in mind, you know, it has precession and it can precess. So if you forget about it, man, long cross country, 2-3 hours, and you didn't check it for the last hour and you've just been flying your heading, that's going to suck.
Yep.
Yeah, so with our winds yesterday, we computed winds coming from our west, so we computed a course of 191, so 10 more degrees to the left. We're not going to do that, just understanding, right? That was us adjusting for those winds.
Yep. I was going to try the east pass.
November 46
So our
uniform,
next one, so what's our ground speed right now?
Ground speed 103.
All right, so 103, we computed 109 because we had that tailwind, which we're missing today, which that accurately explains why our ground speed differs. Cool.
Skies 4443, contact Albuquerque Center 124.32.
2432, Skywest 4443,
All right, now using that Socorro VOR, I'll switch it over. We've already tuned and ID'd. So now let's find what heading we're on here. I think we're going to be just about north of it.
And November 46 uniform approach.
So we're pretty much on the radial 353. So 353.
Yeah,
now switching back to Albuquerque.
Are you landing at the Air Force Base or
353? And then Albuquerque bringing that needle in. 353.
Roger.
So if we were lost and didn't know where we were,
Triangulated this way.
yeah, exactly. 353 and Albuquerque's 164.
Wichita Falls
puts us right about
Air Force
164 right here, 353. Beautiful. That's how. Yep. That's how you're using your land navigation to find it. But first off, always the step. You have to tune in, ID, whether you pull this out or push this in, whether it's nav 1 or nav 2. Tune in ID, listen to that Morse code, make sure it's accurate, and then you can use it to accurately depict where you're heading from. So here you see a from, right, and FR. That lets us know that our Albuquerque VOR is behind us. However, Socorro 2. That means we're heading to it exactly.
Air Force Base then.
So now, up 1. So 10 seconds. So 10 seconds. Now take the controls for a second.
All right,
Look
your
right here.
controls.
Airport.
All right.
So we're directly over our point.
Got it.
Awesome. So that took 5 minutes. Cool. So now to our next point.
166.
166, awesome. Yep, directly over the airport. We didn't use our GPS at all. You're not familiar, you haven't flown in this airspace, but you're using your heading and estimated time, and you're directly over your point. That's how we're building our VFR, understanding our VFR nav log. Because dude, this thing can go. It has gone. I've lost integrity at night. Flew just VORs and then my 4th flight.
Awesome. Well, not awesome.
Yep.
What he said?
Socorro Municipal Airport. Automated weather observation. 1331 Zulu. Weather. Wind. Calm. Visibility. 10. Clear. Below. 12,000. Temperature. 19 Celsius. Dew point. 9. Altimeter. 3018. Remark. Density altitude 6,200.
Attention Socorro traffic, beware of maintenance on runway.
Yep.
8:25:20, 7:50 to 2 p.m. today. Thank you.
7:50, 2 p.m.
Back where I belong. Hold on, baby. Baby, just hold on.
Gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Socorro traffic, this is Skyhawk 938, turn in final for runway 24.
Yep, I was just going to let you do it, but yeah, I saw we were a little close.
Yeah, that was close.
I'm not going to say,
Right,
I mean,
full
yep.
power. First landing in a while.
Me making the corrections isn't going to help you. So cool, walk it back, add more flaps. So if we're high, right, we're high. So take that power out and add more flaps. Let that plane work for you. The full flaps all the way down, yeah, at this point. All good. By that 65 approach like you normally do, that's going to put us right on the money. Because now when we go more than 20 degrees, we have more drag than we do lift, and it's just going to pull us down to the earth. See, like this right here. We were high, but we adjusted very well. Now we're right on the money. Good. Yeah, this runway could use some maintenance by the looks of it.
In the shade, I waste my days. Tonight I go to town. Well, I'm upstairs with them good times.
Awesome. Money. Flaps come up. Carb heat comes off. Re-grab center line.
Grab center.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Re-grab center line, then full power. Good. We're already due to right here at takeoff speed, even though it's a short runway. We're in the Cessna. We're so good. Awesome.
Back where I belong. Baby, won't you hold on one more time, baby? I'm getting right in through moonlight, twinkling in her eye. Little girl, she ain't got me yet, but Lord, she loves to try. Oh, Lord, she done try. Hold on, baby, just hold on. I'll be coming home, baby. Back where I belong with you, baby. Hold on.
Hold that center line, baby.
Won't you hold on? I said, baby, just
Go a little on the left, so give me some right aileron. Bring us around. Yeah. Just like that. Re-grab center line. Re-grab center line. Re-grab center line, then full power. Good. That's so we just know we're gonna float. That's all. Hold it, bleed off that energy. I'll give you a little right rudder. Yeah, right there. There you go. Bring us back to the center line. Yeah. There you go. Now you got center line there. A little crooked, but you see that right rudder brought you back around?
Yep.
Cool. Good. Good job.
Actually, you want to do one while I film a little bit?
Alright, cool.
Cool. Your controls?
My controls.
Your controls. Might as well, since I'm only doing this
Fighter
once.
pilot. Yay! And score traffic, just correction now. We're staying for one more here in the pattern.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck it. We got the plane for a while, so.
Yeah, we just gotta be back in an hour. Well, it only takes 30 to 40 minutes to get there. We'll just keep up our speed. Looking back, find that runway, 45 degrees, go. Score traffic 938, established left midfield for runway 24.
It's got to be a pretty cool airport whenever it's not super hazy.
Which one? Here?
This one, yeah, just like kind of in the middle of Nothington. Nice,
Yeah.
like, farm.
You get to do what you want, where you want, when you want.
Yeah.
Alright, a little close, right rudder, gonna bring me out of the way. Alright, I'm beaming the numbers, that's why I'm gonna put it down. I'm gonna do a short field. Walk my power back to 17, let my carb heat bring me back to 16, and my flaps bring me to 15. Beautiful. Get that plane trimmed out right where I